All right. Welcome to the Captain Clapback Show, where we show love to the movies, the scared the popcorn out of us, but still keep it classy with a little roast on the side. Tonight, we got not one, but two heavy hitters in the holy horror department. The Last Rites and the OG Spooky Factory, The Conjuring. Now, before we get into it, let me put some respect where it belongs. Shout out to every actor, director, crew member who gave us these cinematic jump scares and sleepless nights. Y'all worked hard so we could scream in Dolby surround sound and pretend we ain't scared when we really already texting our grandma for a prayer. Everything we do is out of love and fun, because without y'all, we wouldn't have these stories to keep making us check under the bed, double lock the door, and side eye that old rocking chair in the corner. Now, thank you sincerely for making these movies, but you already know what time it is. This ain't church service, it's Captain Clapback. And if the devil's in the details, you best believe I'm about to roast every single one. Y'all, I just crawled out the theater from seeing the allegedly final installment of the Warnerverse, bruh. Final, please. They said Last Rites. Like we all know, Hollywood can't spell last. Next summer, they gonna hit us with The Conjuring, The Resurrection. Now, with more jump scares and less budget. Listen, I love Ed and Lorraine. Respect to the OGs. But at this point, they look like they stuck on some Eternal Spirit Airlines with a flight full of demons. Every case is the same too. It's never like, oh, we found a ghost riding a Harley through the projects. Nah, it's always, help my toaster. It keeps calling me broke and burning my Pop-Tarts. And Ed's over here in his church carnigan. Like, Lorraine, grab the rosary. We gotta go fight the GE appliances again. But yeah, thank you for joining everybody. I really do appreciate it. All right. Now, and then them houses. They always the same old dusty colonial houses. Always that one sad light bulb just hanging by a lonely thread with 900 crucifixes, a doll collection that screams, I eat children for brunch. I'm like, switch it up. Even demons get tired of the decor. You know a demon bored when he texting his homeboy from the attic like, bro, I'm in another crusty ass house. Bring some hot Cheetos and Wi-Fi. Let's talk about them cursed object rooms. The joint looked like the world's most ghetto ass museum. Like, who insures this? Progressive. You got Annabelle sitting next to a demon, a samurai statue, and Lorraine's grandbaby just trying to grab a Capri Sun like it ain't nothing. Imagine play dates over there. Hey, don't touch the Raggedy Ann doll. She'll drag you straight to hell before snack time. It's crazy like that. Y'all know damn well they already filming The Conjuring tax season, where the possessed IRS agent show up like, oh, y'all thought salvation was free. But yo, I ain't gonna lie. I jumped. I screamed. I even pulled a muscle trying not to look at the screen. It's spooky. It's dramatic. It's definitely not the last one. Go watch it if you want to laugh, scream, and side-eye Warner Brothers for gaslighting us with that title. Tip your bartender, hug your auntie, and if your toaster start talking slick, unplug it and call on Jesus. Yo, we finna go in. Captain Clap Back, engage. All right, listen up. This scene, it ain't spooky. It's sloppy. Let me paint it loud and clear. The Warrens retire. They take off from a ghost fighter cape. They move to a porch swing life. And they leave the cursed mirror out there like it's a stray dog with the attitude. That mirror ain't some it's not some lost earring that you drop at Thanksgiving and go back for next week. That's the kind of artifact you quarantine with more security than your auntie's secret potato salad recipe, which ain't so secret. I'm just saying. First problem, professional negligence. Ed and Lorraine got a retirement plan, and it apparently included let evil artifacts free range. If you solve the mirror in your first case, you don't let that sequel be Mirror, The Wonder Years. That's not closure. That's performance art irresponsibility. Imagine you're a retired detective and you leave your loaded gun in the living room because you figure someone will find it. That's the vibe. You don't just go sip tea and do crossword puzzles in a glass portal to demonic chaos that goes on a world tour. Now, the second problem is a dramatic babying. The movie treats the mirror like it's a plot convenience with the frequent flyer card. One scene's like, oh no, spooky reflection. Next scene's like, oops, Father Gordon's gone. Father Gordon's death could have had weight, could have landed a gut punch, but the script waves it off like a shocking headline with no follow-up. A real emotional beat needs setup, consequences, accountability. Instead, we get cursed objects wandering. Priest dies. Cut to Lorraine knitting. That's bad ghost storytelling economics. How else can I put it? Third problem. You need logic, continuity. If the mirror caused an entire murder, the action should be thematic. Lorraine Warren should be running to her museum of doom, calling every priest, every activist, even FEMA agents to lock that thing down. But nah, the film treats it casual. Oh, that mirror again? The least the Warrens could do is slap a do not reconstruct sticker on it and then put it in the vault labeled W1. We messed up. Even a 5-second montage of Lorraine trying or failing to secure will patch the hole instead where the narrative has been whiplash. I like the Warrens. They're good people. They really are. The Warrens that retired apparently left the mirror on freelance haunting. It's out there with a Tinder profile like, I like long walks through attics, will possess for snacks. Father Gordon's murder is treated like a drop call, significant in the moment, forgotten by the producer 2 minutes later. That's weak. If you're going to kill a priest, at least let the camera mourn him a minute longer. The mirror is doing more traveling than a church choir on a summer tour. Somebody get it a frequent haunter card. Flyer, frequent haunters. If Lorraine's basement is an artifact central, then how the hell is the mirror doing indie gigs around town? Security check the guest list, Lorraine. How this scene could have been fixed in 5 clapback steps. Take notes, filmmaker. Show Lorraine double locking the mirror and whispering the scripture. Then cut to a shot of a moving truck making a mystery stop. Make the audience feel the betrayal. Let Father Gordon be more than a shop floor prop. Give him a line, a moment, so his death lands and haunts the Warrens emotionally. Then do consequences. Add visual proof of the mirror's wanderings, a montage of small hauntings escalating to the murder, so it feels like inevitability, not lazy jump scare. Put the mirror in a proper vault with an I told you so sticky note from Lorraine. If you want to retire, at least retire responsibly. Even the scene with Lorraine staring at the camera, not the mirror, let her guilt sit with us like a slow burning amber. Okay? Let the mirror kill Father Gordon alone. The script's negligence did that also. Letting the known cursed object walk around unsupervised is the cinematic equivalent of letting your kids drive the car while you just pop in. Dangerous and unforgettable. If the Warrens were my neighbors, I'll be filing a restraining order against their retirement plan. Punchline drops. You should have threw some in there about the mirror. They retired and left the hell on the way on a layaway plan. Mirror left on. God left voicemail. Father Gordon's exit felt like a deleted scene from Common Sense. The mirror got more mileage than my last ex. Lorraine solved the case. Also, Lorraine walks away whistling. Plot hole big enough to be a haunted estate sale. The mirror's resume. Professional freelancer. Part-time demon. You know what I mean. They put a do not disturb on a portal to damnation. If the Warrens had a storage unit, they'll call it hell no. Movie logic. Retire, relax, let cursed antiques run wild. If you're going to make a mirror a character, then give us an arc, not a cameo and a homicide. Otherwise, this ain't a ghost story. It's a cautionary tale. Don't retire from trauma if you still collect the receipts. Alright, bet. Judy is wilding out. First of all, Judy, baby girl, sis, you are the literal daughter of the world's most famous paralegal tag team, paranormal tag team. Paranormal tag team. You grew up in a house where bedtime stories were about demons in the closet, not the tooth fairy. You've seen the cursed object room. You know what's in there. You know what to do after Father Gordon gets yeeted by a demon, and then you get psychic warning about it. You decide, nah, I got this, and take a solo road trip to Pennsylvania like you run a demon fighting DoorDash service. I mean, come on, sis. Girl, that ain't brave. That's Black Twitter's favorite word. Dumb. D-U-M-B. Like you had front row seats to your mama and daddy tag team Hellspawn for decades. But suddenly, you think you're Beyonce and I am haunted. Judy, you out here trying to be Nancy Drew for the underworld with nothing but a flashlight and bad judgment. Sis, you had two professional demon fighters in the same room. All you had to do was say, fam, I saw Father Gordon get bodied in the vision. Maybe we should check on that. But no, you hit the gas and headed straight for Smurl's house like it was a Taco Bell drive-thru at midnight. That's not character development. That's a death wish with Wi-Fi. That's like being Batman's kid and deciding to say, nah, I'll fight Joker solo with the Nerf gun. Or like having Ghostbusters on speed dial but saying, I'll handle Slimer with Febreze. Girl, sit down. That ain't courage. It's Caucasian curiosity mixed with CW teen drama. Now, let's drag Ed and Lorraine because they didn't exactly earn Parent of the Year after this one either. They find the demon mirror, the same mirror that almost got Judy snatched years ago. And what's the big brain containment plan. Let's move this death glass to our basement full of other cursed nonsense. Excuse me? So you mean to tell me you know this mirror is the ultimate Airbnb for demons? You know it's targeting your daughter, but instead of calling the Vatican, burning it, or sending it to Area 51, you bring it the fuck home. That's not paranormal investigating. That's just hoarding evil like it's Pokemon cards. That's like finding live grenade in the yard and saying, better put it in the garage with the propane tanks. Or like saying, this wild bear is too dangerous for the forest. Let's bring it to the daycare. And then they act shocked when Ed almost nails over with a heart attack. Bro, your cholesterol wasn't the only thing playing games. Your decision making was too. Now, this whole scene ain't nothing but spooky tension. It's forced stupidity to keep the movie rolling. Judy's reckless solo mission, plot device. The Warren's dumb mirror plan, plot device. None of it feels earned. It feels like the writers had a dartboard label. What dumbass move can the Warrens do next? If Judy had just spoken up, the movie would have lasted 40 minutes. If the mirror had been secured properly, the demon would have had no sequel fuel. But instead, we get chaos because everyone in this family caught a bad case of plot-induced brain fog. Yes, Judy didn't need psychic visions. She needed common sense. Going solo to a demon house? Girl, Uber doesn't even go there. The Warren's artifact room is less of a museum, more of a spirit Halloween outlet gone wrong. The mirror ain't haunted, it's messy, and y'all brought it home. At this point, the demon ain't even the villain. It's the Warren family's decision making. Ladies and gentlemen, Scene 7 brought to you by Bad Choices. The real curse wasn't the mirror, it was the script. Want me to keep... I can keep going, y'all. I'm going to take a little more to break quick. So instead of leaving this a hot mess, I'm going to make this one. I'm going to fix this. Problem number 1. Judy's Nancy Drew versus Demon solo mission. This isn't an issue. She dips out solo like she is the lead Scooby-Doo when the actual pros are 2 feet away. Dumb, lazy writing. The fix. Judy still gets the vision of Father Gordon's death, but instead of sneaking out, she tries to hide it. Lorraine senses something is off because she's psychic and a mama. So we get tension in the room. Okay, Lorraine, what aren't you telling me, Judy? Judy, nothing. I just need some air. Now Judy tries to drive off, but Lorraine catches her at the car, forcing Judy to confess the vision. Boom! This gives us mother-daughter drama, raises the stakes, keeps her character without making her look brainless. The Mirror's Motel 6 containment plan. Jeez. The Warren's decision to bring the mirror home, foolish. This is not scary. That's sitcom stupid. Now, you can fix this. When the Warrens find the mirror, they immediately argue. We can't leave it here. It'll just claim someone else. We can't bring it home. Judy will be the first it targets. Instead, they call the church for backup. Imagine a chilling midnight scene where a small convoy of priests arrive with relics and chains. They set up a ritual to contain it on site, but the demon lashes out mid-ritual, forcing Ed to physically intervene. That's where he collapses from the strain. Hello, heart attack set up, showing his body is failing, even though his faith is strong. Now, the stakes feel earned. The mirror doesn't just move houses like some evil Amazon package. It becomes a battleground. Now, problem number 3. Father Gordon's death equals throwaway. Right now, it's just oops, he's dead, no wait. Fix the Father Gordon funeral directly in Judy's guilt instead of her randomly deciding to go on the lone roof, on the lone wolf. She overhears the church dismissing Gordon's death like a tragic, but it was not supernatural. That's what drives her to act. She doesn't trust the church. She doesn't want her parents to give up. So she pushes the issue. It gives her motivation beyond the teen rebellion with the side of psychic visions. Now, Judy doesn't look like a fool. She looks like a frustrated person who's torn between protecting her parents and acting on her visions. Now, Lorraine actually gets to parent. Judy is in a tense showdown, showing both love and frustration. Lorraine actually gets to parent Judy in a tense showdown, showing both love and frustration. The mirror containment becomes an epic ritual gone wrong, not just a lazy box it up and hope for the best. Its collapse ties to the stress of facing the demon head on, not from lugging a mirror into the family basement like he pulled a muscle. The demon then feels active, aggressive, and clever, but not just a prop being moved from point A to point B, if you know what I mean. Now, that would have hit. Instead, we got Judy's discount paranormal road trip and the mirror that needed better storage. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining. More movie roasts coming right up. Y'all do not want to get into no relationship questions. I guarantee you. I might break up some family. Like, for real. Now, the next movie we're going to talk about. This one's called Hollywood Grit. Yo, what's good? Before we get into this madness, let's throw some love out real quick. Big shout out to Max Martini holding it down as Grit Thorn, doing his thing. Shout out to Kaylee Cohen, Isabella Espinoza, and all the actresses bringing the vibe, the emotion to the screen. Shout out to Tyrese Gibson and the rest of the cast who made us feel the tension, the drama, and the chaos. And of course, shout out to the director Ryan Curtis for steering this ship through the Hollywood storm, and to the crew behind the scenes. Y'all know who you are, the real MVPs, making it all look good. Now listen, what we're about to do is just have some fun and games. We roast, we laugh, we poke at the wildness on the screen. We ain't touching personal. Nobody's catching feelings here. This is just a celebration of chaos, the grit, the good entertainment. Cool. Let's get it. Now, opening scene. Picture this. Neon lights, smoke thick enough to choke a man, and Grit Thorn sipping on some bitter whiskey. Yes, bitter whiskey. Like life didn't already screw him over. His daughter's up on stage singing like she's the queen of the jazz castle. And bam, she disappears. Just like that. Hollywood be wild, right? 1 minute, she's killing that high note. Next minute, she's ghosted. Now, my guy Grit gotta chase ghosts while looking like he's auditioning for Die Hard Dad Edition. Keep sliding around this movie. So Grit, he's now on the streets, right? Hollywood streets so slick, they always come with life jackets. He's talking to shady bartenders, low-key gangsters, folks who act like they know everything but are really just extra background noise. Dialogue's trying to be sharp, but sometimes it's like they left the script in the blender. Grit's determination is real. You know what I mean? But sometimes the film forgets we want more than just walking and glaring. Now, we got this mobster showdown floating around in this movie. So we hit look at me throw fists for 10 minutes scene. Grit jumps on some monster who looks like they spent more time at hairstyles than survival skills. Hollywood fights, fam. Sometimes they be messy. Sometimes they too choreographed. This scene, somewhere in between. I'm rooting for Grit, but I'm also side-eyeing the realism. Bruh, you got rings on your fingers swinging at punches. Come on. Now, enter the Hollywood starlet. Glamorous, mysterious, talking in circles like she got a PhD in manipulation. She says she saw his daughter, but we all know she might be working on her own angle. It's classic Hollywood smoke and mirrors. But this movie wants us to drink it like it's premium wine. Bruh, bruh, we're on to you. Dialogue is flirty, but I'm like, girl, pick a lane. Now, the sinister truth about this. Grit starts putting the pieces together. Hollywood power players, shady deals, and the vibe where you realize the whole city might be rotten. This is okay. Now it's like serious scene. It's supposed to be shocking. But let me be the real. The twist is kind of telegraphed. If you think you're paying attention, still credit where it's due. The tension is there. My people. Grit's confronting demons both literal and figuratively. Now, the final showdown. Cue the cinematic showdown, guns, punches, more dilemmas, the whole save the family, save the soul package. The choreography is dramatic, sometimes over the top, but we feel the stakes. Grit's heart is in the right place, even if Hollywood forgot to make the fights feel realistic. But hey, at least he's losing style points. Now, the whole reflection of this. And finally, my man Grit is standing in front of the Hollywood sign, reflecting the madness he just survived. It's supposed to be pungent, right? It is if you were in the mood for poetic neon light brooding. The takeaway, the family matters, the resilient matters. But Hollywood Grit is mostly smoke and mirrors, baby. Just like life, just like us. We navigate the chaos and trying to come out standing, if you know what I mean. Hollywood Grit is messy, it's shiny and chaotic, but it speaks to us because it's about survival, it's about hustle and family that don't always play fair. Watch it, laugh at the ridiculousness, respect the grind, and remember, we're telling our stories too. Thank you for joining, everyone. Now, the daughters, neon lights, broken dreams, especially Hollywood's version of the family reunion. Daughter singing like she's got a Grammy in her pocket, then vanishes like she forgot her lines. Grit sipping whiskey is the only thing that understands this pain. We're going to get back into it. Hey, thank you for joining, everybody. I'm just looking for my next topic. All right, we got Nobody To. Shout out to Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, RZA, Christopher Lloyd, Sharon Stone, Colin Hanks, John Ortiz, Colin Solomon, director of Timo Tahato, and the writers Derek Kolostit, Kostad, Derek Kostad, and Aaron Rabin. Respect to everyone who built Nobody To. This is Roasting with Love. Okay, are you guys ready? Now, Hunt, he promises a family vacation and shows up with a trunk full of regret. He talks nostalgia. He brings a murder toolkit instead of sunscreen. He tells Rebecca the trip will be simple. Simple if your idea of simple is a Ferris wheel, cotton candy, and the complete demolition of a small town law and order. Plummerville looks like someone built Disney on a budget and then forgot to hire ethics. Brady tries to be normal for about 5 minutes and ends up punching his way to the family business. Sammy just wants cotton candy. She ends up on the worst field trip in history. The arcade scene, classic. Kid gives a token to kindness. Local bully rips a plush, and suddenly this is vacation turns into everybody getting my dad's way, and we're going to get a concussion. Hutch doesn't de-escalate. He grades on a curve and then ends with body bags. Then the sheriff shows up like a small town villain who read his villain handbook in the bathroom. The boat fight, Hutch comes into the water like a man who learned CPR by beating people unconscious. And then, even then, he loses part of a finger in the melee, which, to be fair, is a bold accessory. That's Hutch. Hutch finds out Plummerville is a bootlegging route. Ladina runs the show. Wyatt's in over his head, but the barber reminds Hutch trouble follows him. So he burns the stash, blows up the warehouse, scares the chef into looking like a melted candle, and then the family turns the theme park into a death trap. It's National Lampoon's Vacation with the real lead and fewer lessons about the value of family photos. Look, people either come for creative carnage or they gripe about deja vu. Critics say it leans harder into a slapstick insanity than the first film. Audiences then cheer for the chaos and says it's more of the same. If you like Hutch with a grudge and a toolkit, you're gonna have fun. If you wanted a soulful redemption arc, this ain't the movie. I'm telling you now. My hot take on the fix, keep the family stakes tight. Let Becca get the real scene where she confronts Hutch and actually calls him out like she's auditioning for Queen of Consequences. Give Harry and Dave more than cameos. Make them into active contributors, not props. And for the love of comedy, put the final showdown somewhere ridiculous, not just a warehouse. Make Hutch and Wyatt face Ladina in the middle of the town parade or at the grocery store on the discount rotisserie chicken day. But you asked for brutal and funny. That's exactly what they gave. Just sometimes wearing the same costume it wore last time. Okay. Hutch, Hutch. He pitches family vacation and brings a whole funeral home, no luggage, just grudges. Dad says, we'll be home by Sunday. He means home by Sunday if Sunday is a graveyard. The VHS tape nostalgia reels look like it could be recorded on a potato and fed to our feelings. They pick up Grandpa like they pick up extra baggage, unannounced and mildly combustible. Plummerville's mascot probably files assault charges by the end of the day. Water park closed for maintenance. Nah, it's closed for impeding criminal mayhem. Diner small talk turns. Which one of you is secretly an assassin in 2.5 seconds? Brady tries to be kind and gets kindness punished. Small towns, big consequences. The plush gets torn, and so does the childhood. No refunds on trauma. An employee slaps Sammy and Hutch, performs immediate unpaid vigilante maintenance. Security thinks they can handle Hutch. Security is wrong and underqualified. Sheriff acts like he's on a moral gray area tour, but he's really just skipped the tour. Police station interrogation turns into family reunion with the punch chairs. You get the point. Thank you for joining, everybody. I really appreciate it.